Phil Heath is now replacing
Commentating.
Shawn Ray, right? Is he replacing Shawn Ray at the Olympia?
Yeah.
I wonder how Shawn Ray feels about that.
Oh, he's not happy.
No, definitely not happy.
Well, he says they shouldn't be replacing commentators. They have to qualify at a different show to qualify as a commentator. They can't just go in. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think you scared the shit out of me.
I like Shawn. That's why I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with him, dude. I've always respected Shawn. I could see the argument where people didn't like him as an announcer. I see the argument, but dude, he's an experienced guy.
Yeah.
And he does look at it from the eyes of a fucking nasty competitor.
Right.
Maybe he does, always kind of bring it back to, oh, these guys aren't like our guys, and that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm that generation too, and I don't want to hear. It's like me listening to how bad my parents had it or my grandparents had it.
Right.
I was like, dude, fuck you guys. We don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, I walk 2 feet in the snow to get to school every day.
Whole way is uphill. Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
So I get that argument, but Shawn was a seasoned veteran with impeccable credentials. Who, if anybody, and Phil Heath too. So hopefully he can carry the torch and do a good thing. You have two guys that have a certain level of vanity, going into commentating for these shows. But,
here's one thing that people probably don't understand about commentating, especially in a sport like bodybuilding. There's not much to commentate,
right?
So like if you ask somebody that commentates for football or basketball or hockey, it's constant. So the commentating is quick. You got to be quick, but there's a lot to say. If you ask somebody who's commentating for baseball, that's the most difficult one because it's very boring and very slow moving. Bodybuilding is kind of like the same way. You see Danny comes out and he hits his shots and, so on and so forth. And it's like, okay, we got to comment this and that. And once you cover all the body parts or so on and so forth, there's like dead air time. And I think what people don't understand is that Shawn Ray was good at closing in that dead air time, where I think Phil, because he's never done it before, I mean, he might do a great job. I'm sure he'd probably do a good job. But all I'm saying is I don't think he understands about how to fill that dead air time. The last thing you want to do is be watching a live stream and nobody's talking. You just like.
I kind of want him to not talk.
Really?
Yeah, I hate the commentary, man.
Really? You're the guy who puts it on mute? I like the commentary.
No, I mean, they do it during the routines, man. It's like, shut up.
Like, all right.
Oh, Danny has a point.
Jesus, you guys suck today.
No. I'll tell you why. When you're commentating during a football game, right? You're commentating on the whole play. Oh, you know what? The defensive end missed his line, missed his point of view. He missed the quarterback. The quarterback completes throws to complete a pass, but the wide receiver's out of range. Or the defensive back comes back and gets it out of the way. There's so many different things you can comment on, right? During that one play. It's not just objectively on one person. When you have somebody on stage during the routine, it's all on them. And what can you really say? Because even if you do say something, it's really of no significance if the judges see it differently. You say this guy looks great, but then he ends up taking ninth. And like, hey, dude, I thought you were the commentator. You said he looked great. Well, the judges didn't agree with me. So it's a different type of commentating where, you want to let them go through their routines. You could beef them up a little bit at the beginning. This is what he's coming from. This is how he qualified. This is how he placed last year. Let's see how he does today. And then you make your comments after his routine's over. And then you could what's that?
We used to do that.
Yeah. And then you make a few comments during the pose down at the end for the overall, but to sit and nitpick on somebody when, oh, he should have done this and he should have done that. Well, dude, this is what he brought to the table. This is what we're working with. How does it compare to the rest? And really your opinion is irrelevant because it's up to the 9 judges up front.
Yeah.
You guys suck.
The routine I think maybe if they're commentating on the comparisons, but like the routine, I just feel like it's like let me hear the music, let me watch the routine, and then just for that section.
Yeah, the guy's performing. You want to see what he's putting out there, and for you to chip away this, and that's something that's scored also. That's judged. His routines, at least at the higher level, are still, I believe,
Not
judged.
at Arnold, only at Arnold.
Only at the Arnold.
I thought so too. Yeah, I thought the Arnold was the
I
only
thought
one.
they brought that back at the Olympia.
I think they give a best poser award.
Okay.
Maybe that's just the Arnold, but they didn't bring it back at the Olympia. But still, you want to
Well,
see.
it used to anyway. It used to count for something. So you would get but in any respect, this is where the guy's performing. He's performing his art. He's displaying it. He's putting it out there. You got to give the guy his moment.
All right. That's fine. We'll agree to disagree.